Every time you log into social media, it happens. Every time you go on Spotify, it happens. You see all these producers and DJs and artists, not even the famous ones, but all these people, they all seem to be doing better than you. Here's the secret, they're not. This video is not going to teach you some fancy new production technique or new marketing trick. This video is about something even more important, our mentality. A lot of this is mental. I'd argue that a majority of things in life are mental. And it always seems too taboo to talk about mental health in this industry. Oh, you're supposed to pretend to be a rock star. I fucking hate that because I find myself talking about the mental stuff with my students all the time. I have the privilege of speaking at some of the best schools in the world. I speak at Harvard, Vanderbilt, NYU, and I could be speaking and giving a talk on something completely unrelated, like signing records or the Spotify algorithm. And then after the talk, inevitably, students will come up to me, pull me aside, and they will ask me about their overthinking and their anxieties about music. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to go through different mental hurdles that come up and the tools and solutions to help you get through. So back to the main point. You are not behind. It just seems like everyone else is doing better than you. So here's one problem in that, and then we'll talk about the solutions for each. Problem: comparison is the thief of joy. Here's the truth though. It's actually never really as good or as bad as it seems. The person playing the main stage is actually dealing with the same problems as you. I know you're like yelling at me right now, no, they have a great life. Hear me out. I've mentored 950 artists over the past 10 plus years. And for 10 years before that, I did over 1,000 shows with some of the top acts in the world. Everyone is dealing with some form of struggle. The person you see killing it on the main stage, they have problems. You just don't see it. You don't see their manager stealing from them. You don't see the constant imposter syndrome and anxieties and the hamster wheel of needing to give new music to the label and put out new content. Some of the saddest and most depressed people that I've met were also some of the most successful artists. It's like that old saying about money. Making a lot of money won't make you a happier person. If you were depressed without money, you're still going to be depressed with money. The same with success in music. So realize that everyone, and I mean this, everyone is going through some struggle. Instagram and TikTok is just a curated collage of everyone at their best. And that's less than 1% of their life. We all saw the Avicii documentaries. This poor guy was struggling so much inside. But on the outside, we had no idea. So don't compare yourself or assume that just because someone seems to have it so good, maybe they don't. So what's the solution if you're dealing with this problem? I could just tell you the truth and say, hey, everyone's human and everyone has shit, but there is an actionable solution. Solution: take little wins. If you're looking for the big win of EDC or some huge signing, because that's what's celebrated on social media, that is setting you up for disaster. Look, our school, our premium program, Cosmic Academy, we have 4 or 5 students every year play EDC. You know what happens afterwards, the day after? Nothing. They're the exact same person with the exact same problems. You still got to keep making the music. You still got to keep doing the branding. So in order to find true happiness in this work, you have to focus on the little things. You must embrace the journey, and instead of saying, oh, I must achieve EDC, take a small win and say, I just made a really cool sound in my DAW, and that was fucking cool. And when you do that, you'll stop looking at these people online and you'll realize that those moments that you see, those big moments, those are not every day. And that is not where true fulfillment lies. Let's go to the next problem. Problem: you're comparing your step 3 to their step 8, and you don't even know what the timeline is. I think a massive problem here is that you go online and you're actually not sure of where you're at. You see this artist over here and they got signed to this label, and this one over there is playing this show. So you're comparing yourself to that. But deep down, you have no idea if this person has been doing this for 10 years or has a full team that they've built out. A lot of times, we really don't know if this person has gotten all the way to step 9. I'll give you an example. When Ma P came out, it was wild. people were like, holy shit, where did this guy come from? And we put out this first song, and it was just huge, out of nowhere. Well, Ma P was actually a different alias. Maurice West, his first alias, he had been signing records to labels like Spinnin for over 10 years. Like, you can find records on Spinnin from this guy from 2014. And he was grinding on this different alias, but most people who are hearing Ma P don't know that, and we don't see that. But yet we'll look at him and get frustrated because it looks like he came out of nowhere. It looks like he skipped from step 1 to step 10, but he didn't. A lot of people don't realize that Fred again was making music for big pop stars for years and years and years before doing the production thing for himself, or that Marshmello was a different alias for years. So we're not seeing the full story. Like, we don't even know how to compare ourselves or where we are. So there's a solution to this. Community, community, community. Community, in my humble opinion, is the most important aspect to all of these things. It is the solution to a lot of your problems. Being a music producer is extremely isolating. We spin up these beliefs in our own head. We obsess, we overthink, and no one is really around us to check us or give us feedback on these things. Like, you could tell yourself, like, this is a terrible snare drum. It is the worst snare drum. I can't believe I chose this snare drum, and overthink it for hours. If you're in a community, someone would be like, oh, no, it sounds really good. Maybe just try this one thing. You're like, oh shit, they're right. Or like, imagine if you could actually be in person with some of these people that you look up to. You're in a production room and you're live, you could see their faces. And then you can really talk to them and get a better assessment. Oh, okay, Ma P, he is not a beginner. I'm sitting here with him right now. It is very clear that this guy has been doing this for like 10, 15 years. Because when you're working with people, you can really see where people are at. Also, you get the feedback from them for where you are. Look, I need to shamelessly plug our program here because this is literally the core mission of what we do. But I see this all the time in our community. Our program is a hybrid program where we work with you personally, one-on-one, live classes, but then you enter this larger development community, and that lasts forever. You go to these feedbacks that are live, you get to work with these incredible people. And I see this phenomenon and this exact issue happen in real time. You go from being like siloed in your own head to working with other supportive people. And you're like, oh, I'm actually just 3 steps away from that next level. And you're getting feedback on where you're specifically at. You're seeing what everyone else is doing and the results that they're getting. Look, our school signed 537 records last year. We have some pretty good evidence in real time on how this works. Look, I'll leave a link below in the comments if you want to apply to our school. But even if you don't, I really think you should join some form of community. Whether it's a Facebook group or a forum, just somewhere where you can get out of your own head and actually engage with other producers, like for real. Because looking at other people on social media and that curated lifestyle they're showing, that's not helping. So let's go to the next problem. Oh, they're doing things that I can't do. Yeah, you go on social media and you see all these people making content. And you say, oh, I can't make content like that. I can't make videos like that. You go on Spotify, you hear this great mix. Oh, I can't mix like that person. Or my favorite, you go on and you see, oh, this person already has a huge following. Hold on, pause. You do realize that everyone starts from 0. Cosmic Academy's Instagram, our Instagram, has 220,000 followers. I remember when we had 0. Our YouTube has over 50,000 subscribers. By the way, thank you very much for that. But I remember when we had 0. Everyone starts at the beginning. And all of those skills that you think you're lacking, that those people have, they all started without them. And they had to learn them. And that's something you need to reckon with. The only way to get to 100,000 is to go from 10 to 50 to 100. So here's the solution to this part. Solution, the only way out is through. I'll say that again. The only way out is through. What that means is the only way that you're going to get to that level of content is you have to make the content. You will suck at first, but you will learn and you will get better. Your mix sounds like crap. This person sounds better. You need to learn more about mixing, practice those techniques, and stack your skills. You will learn and you will get better. If you literally look at this channel's videos from just like 3 years ago, awful. I can't even look at them. But we got better and better. It's the exact same thing with your career. So when you look at someone and they're doing better than you, they had to learn all this shit too. You just need to get to that. Speaking of learning new stuff, I'm gonna have a video pop up here from our large library. The algorithm will hand pick what it thinks you need to watch, what you need to learn next. Go there and we'll see you in that one.